Hi everyone. I just wanted to pop on just to share my story and why I decided to get involved with Aborn. So my name's Sharon and I'm 55 and I'm married to Craig who is also 55. We have two lovely kids, although they're 37. Charlene's 37 and Kevin is 35. And we have four beautiful grandchildren from the ages of 8 to 13, and we're also parents to fur babies. So we've got Boss and Bella, and we have a cockatiel called Stan. So a wee bit about me. When I left school, I didn't have any qualifications, um, nothing at all. I left with nothing. Um, but I remember doing like wee YTSs as you done at the start. And after I had my children, I then decided I needed to go in to the world again and start working. And there was a nursing home that was built right next to me in Glasgow. And I applied as a cleaner. And in that, it was nice. It was a brand new building, so it was great. And I liked the sound of being a care assistant because I could see my friends who came in and they had all went in for to be a care assistant. And I then decided to speak to management, and I managed to switch roles from being a domestic into being a care assistant. And I loved that job. It was great. So within the four units that was in the nursing home, um, ours, the one was more demanding. The residents were more physical at times, which was just due to the different the different stages of dementia that they had. Um, Sometimes I would come home with scratches, bites, you know, slap wounds. It was pack and parcel, bruises, but I still loved it. Still went back. So I was there for 3 years, and there's only so many times you can do overtime. I was looking for full time hours, but only had part time at that point. So then I was looking for other posts and I seen one in residential. So I decided to apply for that. I got that post. So being in a residential setting as a care assistant slash senior, um, it was so different because the level of care you would still give, but the the service users or the residents weren't as demanding. They could come and go as they wish. They could go to the shops and come back themselves. Some of them needed assistance. You would take them and do that. So it was a different role. But I still loved that. But that was only part time. So I was in there for 3 years. So I think it's like a 3 year ick, like between the nursing home and then residential. So after that, I then went to apply for a job for social work. Um, and I passed two interviews. Don't know how I managed, but I passed the two interview stages for that. And that was in a daycare setting as a daycare officer, and I absolutely loved it. So basically what that entailed was you would go in the van with one of the allocated drivers, you would go to the service user's home and you would pick them up and bring them into a daycare safe environment, where they would mingle and they would have somebody to talk to, because sometimes we were the only people that they would see. So it was very rewarding in that sense, and the camaraderie that we had was absolutely brilliant. So I loved that post. But um, just before, I think I was maybe early 20s, I had been diagnosed with endometriosis. So I'd been dealing with that for a lot of years. And when I was in social work, um, I had to go through an operation. So the operation that I had went through was in my was maybe about 35, 36. And when they done the operation, I thought everything was sorted, okay. And then it was only when I was still having problems, a couple of years later, um, back forward to the doctor, and they done an investigation and found that basically the operation I had prior hadn't done what they said they were doing. So I was left in a pretty bad way, and I had to go in for another operation when I turned 40. So, and the operation didn't go to plan. So that resulted basically me being off. I'd been off for, at this point, like 6 months, desperate to get back into a routine. I was desperate to get back to work. I went back to work, tried, collapsed in work. So that was me. I got sent back home, because even though I was on lighter duties, it made no difference. I got sent back home. And subsequent to that, I was in and out of hospital for a good few years after that. Between operations, doctor's visits, hospital appointments, it takes its toll. So what eventually happened, I knew my workload in that job was now getting passed on to my colleagues, which isn't fair. It's not fair on them. But I just couldn't return to that post. So it was the decision my employers made at that point, which was in 2013, 2014, was to basically pay me off due to ill health. So I lost my post, my position. I lost who I was as a person, because I was in this other bubble of appointments and back and forward and stuff like that with hospitals. So that was my kind of journey. That was my last job that I had. And you miss the camaraderie and stuff like that. So how I got introduced to Aborn was my sister-in-law. One of her friends was going to an event, and I think it was like a product night that she was going to, and she asked me if I wanted to tag along. So me being me, it got me out of the house, and I thought, why not? So I followed along, and I could see what they were saying, but at that point, I wasn't looking for anything, and money, we had to be careful with finances as well. So what ended up happening was my sister-in-law jumped in as an independent consultant, and she was buzzing. And I then decided, okay, I kind of want some of that. I want that buzz, because I went to a few events with her. And then I actually got to try some of the products, because they looked lovely. They were all packaged lovely, but I thought I could never afford anything like that. So I just thought, when I got a chance to try them for free and see how they go, that was great for me. So I tried the products, and within 3 days, I noticed the difference in my skin was just unbelievable, because my friends always used to say, "You've got lovely skin, Sharon. You've always had good skin." No, I was good at hiding it. I was really good at hiding it. I had, is what they called, like the T-bar kind of going down. So it was like dry and oily and round your nose and around my chin. It was awful. So if I put makeup on, and then I would get to see all the pores, and I would lick my finger and kind of try and clean that off, just to kind of take that bit away, and maybe use a bronzer over it to try and hide. So people always thought my skin was okay. I did use over-the-counter stuff, thinking that this is what you use, and I thought this was how my skin was meant to be. If I get spots, I get them. It is what it is. Maybe I'm late for getting like spotty. I wasn't a spotty child, but as I got older, I was getting more spotty. But so I jumped in as a consultant a lot of years ago, and I didn't do it for the business. I'd done it so I got a bigger chunk of the discount. I used the discount, and that's when I started buying one wee thing here, one wee thing there, to make a difference within me, my skin, and the products were just incredible. So for me, it was a no-brainer. I started using the products, and I became a product user for a lot of years. So I still wasn't working at this point. And because of the operation had went wrong, we were advised to kind of go and seek legal advice, which we done, and we had to take the NHS and sue them for negligence. So we done that, but that was a long drawn out process. That was like 9 years. So that got sorted and everything's all good now. Everything's great. But so I was still using these products, not thinking of anything else, and just constantly going on and buying. And then I decided to have another wee look at what actually is Arbonne. Could that work for me? You know, I've seen loads of stories. I follow quite a few people who do Arbonne, and it's like, wow, you know, it's just incredible. So a wee bit about Arbonne. Arbonne was created in 1980 by a Norwegian entrepreneur called Peter Mork. And he was a visionary. The industry that he was in was skincare and makeup. And he got to see the stuff that was put into those kind of, you know, the creams and into the makeup, which was then coming to us, the consumer, and causing problems with our skin. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. So his vision alone was massive. So he was wanting to create pure, safe and beneficial products for anyone to use, whether you're a baby, whether you're a man, a woman, whether you've got sensitive skin and dry skin. There's something for everyone. So back in 1980 is when Arbonne was launched, and today it's now going to be 45-year-old company at the tail end of January. So it's incredible. The products speak for themselves. And also not just the product. I mean, I've been using the products for a lot of years now, and I've seen the difference that it's made to my skin. It makes me feel good. The makeup is incredible. And what's really good is that anything that you purchase, you have a 90 days money back guarantee. When I think about if I bought a cream from Boots or Tesco, Asda, you know, and it didn't work, it didn't do what it said it was going to do, I couldn't take it back because you've already spent that money. They're not giving you your money back. So knowing that I'm now partnered with a company that is that sure about their products, is going to work, that they give you a 90 days money back guarantee, which is great. So you can use that product for 90 days and you think it's not for you, send it back and you get your money back, which is incredible. But people see the results so quickly with the products. Now, back about 5 years ago, when they actually brought out I don't know what's happened. Oh, I thought it stopped recording. Back about 4 or 5 years ago when they actually brought out the nutrition range, I'd seen people posting that they had all these crazy kind of mad results, and I tried various things myself, and you know, they worked for a wee while and then stopped. So I thought, right, okay, I'll have a wee look, and then I decided to buy, and thought I'll try. So I love chocolate, so I got the chocolate protein. For me, the chocolate protein was, at first I thought, I didn't know if I liked the taste, but I don't know if that's because now I know from doing it, it's because I was used to things being so sweet and so full of stuff that taking something that was so healthy was strange to my taste buds. So anyway, I jumped on board and it was the best month, even though I fall off 4 times within that different days. I actually, you know, I was out and I was hungry and I made bad choices. So yeah, but I lost almost a stone, which wasn't I would just want to feel good, but it was how I felt after it. I felt my insides felt so good. Bloated. Before I was so bloated because of everything that I had been on medication wise. And to also touch on, I used to have problems going to the bathroom, and I was like that for a lot of years. That was after before my operation, and it was just put down to IBS. You've got IBS, but I had to get these tablets to take to help me go, and it was just horrific. How it made you feel, the process of it all, and it wasn't nice at all. It was awful. It's a horrible time, and you couldn't leave the house for a couple of days when you did take it. So yeah, I could go 5-6 weeks without going. So I was bloated. So when I done this plan for 1 month, and it's only 1 month. It's not a lifetime. It was 1 month, but see what that done for me in that 1 month. It still sits with me today, because I had the first proper poo, after your kind of couple of days, maybe a week into the plan. I had my first proper poo, and I was shouting from the rooftops. Maybe not literally, but I was in the house. I couldn't believe it, because if you're someone like me and being that bunged up all the time and feeling that kind of bloatedness, it's not pleasant. It's not nice. So for me, that worked, and it was incredible. But not only that, I was also on a pill for heartburn. I was on it for 20 years, and the heartburn was horrific. I mean, I would give a limb for somebody to take it away instantly, because that waking up through the night, disturbing your sleep with heartburn, because I love spicy foods, but even when I wasn't eating spicy, I was still having heartburn. And I couldn't understand why when I took this tablet every single day, thinking that should build up so that if I did take anything spicy, it wouldn't affect me. But it didn't work that way. Sadly, it didn't work that way. And I was on it for all those years, but I didn't know any different. But when I done that 1 month, the difference it not just made to like the outside, but how it made me feel inside was incredible. What it done for me. I'm going to show you this product. I swear by. I mean, I love everything about Arbonne. I love all the products I have used. So what I use, I recommend. So this is Gut Health, and it's a prebiotic probiotic with digestive enzymes. It comes in a powder form, and I keep that a couple of wee sachets beside my bed. And in, I reckon, 45 years, I've probably only maybe used about 6 or 7 in that span that I've woke up through the night from having something either spicy. But I can eat spice in that now, and it doesn't even affect me, which is just incredible. I can stick that in my tongue, the powder, get some water or some milk or something, and then just take it back, and it took it away like that for me. Instant. I know we can't claim that it's medically going to work. This is my path. This is my journey. So this is what it's done for me, and it's been incredible. So Arbonne, like I say, is a 45-year-old company, and it's for anyone. If you have skin, you can do what I do. And I've now decided, I reached out to my beautiful sponsor, Danny, on November, late November, I think it was, and started then and signed up, because I just love the products. I had let everything run down prior, and I was in desperate need, and I reached out to Danny and decided I'm all in. I need to do this. So I'm going to talk to you a wee bit about Arbonne and actually what it is that you can do it within it. So Arbonne's 4 levels in Arbonne. So you start off as an independent consultant. So that's what I am. And basically what I do is the products that I use. Just now I'm on the cleanse week of the 30 Days to Healthy Living. So I use this. It's a gentle cleanse. It helps to get rid of anything that's stuck on your pipes. And I use that for the week 3. So, and I share what I use. And you can get involved within that. If you would like to, I could show you how to get started, and you can build this to wherever you want it. You can fit this in the pockets of time that you have in your day. We've all been guilty of just scrolling, procrastinating and scrolling through feeds, and before you know it, you've done an hour, 2 hours scrolling. But if you were taking something, now you already wash, you already wear maybe makeup, skincare, body wash, deodorants, you might use some form of nutrition. If you use those products, they're everyday products, it's money that you're already spending anyway. But if you switch your spend to Arbonne, you get a better product, you get 35% discount for being a consultant, and you get to share that with people in your life as well. And it's just incredible. So I'm going to tell you about there's the 4 levels, and I'm going to give you a wee breakdown on what they are and the earning potential within them. So as a consultant, it's like £43, and that's a month, which is £516 a year. So that could be money towards, or spending money towards a holiday, or it could pay a mortgage for a month. So, and the next one is district. So these levels are just titles, is what we use, is district manager. And at that, you earn £210 a month, which in a year is 2,520. That's a holiday. That's your holiday paid. Then as you go up to area manager, this is the exciting one. So area manager is around £913 a month, which comes in at just under 11,000 a year extra for being able to fit this in the pockets of time that you have. Whether it's 20 minutes a day, half an hour a day, you could do this. So, and also at that level is called, it's a willable level. So that basically means if anything was to happen to yourself, people are still going to go and buy from your shop, whether you're here or not. So that means that it's a willable asset, and it goes 6 generations. So that means your husband, if you're no longer here, it falls onto him. He gets that income every single month for the rest of his life. Then it goes from him to your children, and all through their life, and then onto their children. So children that you're not going to see, your great-grandchildren. So it goes 6 deep. So it's incredible because people love the products. They're going to use them, they're going to buy them, and to give that and leave that legacy for your family is incredible. The next level after that is regional vice president, and at this level, Arbonne give you an allowance every month to go and lease a white Mercedes or a car of your desire, and that pays roughly on the region of £3,000 a month, but £36,000 a year for those pockets of time. And then the top level is NVP, and that comes in roughly, it can range from £10,000 to £11,000 a month, which can go up to £132,000 a year in the pockets of time. But not just, if that's not enough, they also give out incentives for trips that you can earn. So you don't even have to pay for holidays. You get you can earn these trips by doing the do, and actually, getting these holidays for free for you and a partner. It's just incredible. It's a great business model. It's network marketing. We all do it. You recommend, whether it's perfume, a book, a top, to shops, and they don't come back on your door and say, oh, you gave a recommendation to wee Jeannie down the road, and there you go, there's a wee voucher. They don't do that. You know, so it's incredible. So that's the reason why I've got involved with Aborn. So, but if you've listened to the whole lot of this, I'd love to say thank you so, so much for listening, and I would love some feedback. Thank you.